I decided we'd create a Rising Star category. And so we're gonna recognize these guys throughout the day and this evening as well. So first group of Rising Stars, let's applaud, guys, our own Rising Stars. Karen Kornfeld, Paul Moses, and Susan Freeman. Let's give them a round of applause. A photograph of these guys at some point in time while we're doing this. This will be great. Thank you, thank you. Oh, awesome. Okay, let's do one right here. All right, guys, let's get together. Let's take a photo. Good deal. One more. Cool. All right, thank you, thank you. Okay, what we're gonna do is give you guys about 4 minutes each. So if we could do this, please, on the clock, if I can have 4 minutes. You've got 4 minutes. Roll.
Okay, hello, my name is Karen Kornfeld. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. It is humbling to be up here. My name is Paul, and I am a recovering attorney. Hello. I have done just about everything you can imagine. I practice law. I'm almost done with the 12th. Actually, this is the 12th step. Talking to insurance professionals about my insecurities is my thing. I practice law. I was vice president of investments with the world's largest private bank by the time I was 29. Did that for a little while, started my own firm. I've written a best-selling book on keeping your marriage together with my ex-wife. I've been on the Today Show. I have done all sorts of stuff. My most recent gig before this was I left the $2,000 suit world, the Rolex world, the Mont Blanc pen and BMW world, and I got tired of practicing law, so I did the exact opposite of that, and I bought a FedEx delivery route. And so I always have had two things in my heart besides my family, of course, and God himself. And that is financial services and doing stand-up comedy. We're going to take one at a time. Financial services has always been one of my favorites, and so I floated my resume out to some career Craigslist thing or whatever, and I got a call from Bill South, who's my direct upline. And before he could tell me about the video, I watched it. Before he could tell me about Art Leeza, I learned about him. Before he told me about leads, I figured out what those were, because I was a FedEx driver, man. I could figure this stuff out. And so he didn't really have a lot of talking me into it to do, but we had a wonderful conversation. And the thing about, and I'll tell you, after he and I had a conversation, then normally Nick is next. I'm not sure if I talked to Nick or not, but I know I got a phone call from Art. Blew my mind to go right to the CEO of the company, and I felt so welcome from the beginning. And here's the thing. How many people here are yet to buy their first lead? Okay, you're the folks I'm going to talk to for the most part. I've had 2 careers with TLG. The first career with TLG started at the end of July and went till October 30th. And my business was just lifeless, not unlike a big blue cup of dead trees. Lifeless. And I was smart, and I knew what I was doing, and I was educated, and I was on top of the whole world, except I sucked. And I think I made $3,000, maybe $4,000 in all those months. And then on October 31st, I went 0 for 3. And I said, screw this. There's got to be another way, because I've listened to the calls, and I've listened to the video, and I've listened to everybody talking about how they can do it, and how they've done it, and how they're making, and how it's easy, and how follow the system, and how this man knows everything there is to know about all that we're going through before we get there. So I called Nick. I called Bill. Nick spent 20 minutes on the phone with me. I pulled over on the side of the road, and he took 20 minutes on the phone with me. On October 31st, began my second career with TLG. In November, I did almost $42,000 of production. I don't know. In December, I did fairly close to that. I was very blessed. I would say, because I don't keep the numbers, I just put my head down and do my job. I would say that I've probably made close to 30 or 40,000 bucks in 3 months. Because of Bill and Nick and Art. And I know I got 5 seconds left to go, so TLG rocks. But listen, y'all new folks that are yet to buy your first lead, if I could just have a few more seconds. I know what you're going to go through. You're going to look at that lead and you're going to say, he's old. Their handwriting's kind of squiggly. There's a million pieces of information on that thing not to call, and you're going to fail. And there's a million things that can go wrong inside the meeting, and you're going to fail. And there's 1,000 reasons that you're going to say, you know what? Yay for Raleigh, but it must just be me. It's not. Pick up the phone. Bill still makes fun of me for not calling him back in my first couple months. Every day he and I talk about sometimes insurance, sometimes not. Pick up the phone. I promise you that the failures you have, guys that have already bought their leads and that have been with us for a while and that are leaders, how many of you know what they're going to go through? Applause. And at the same time, how many of you are willing to help them if they call you? So pick up the phone, avoid the blue cup, okay? And trust in the folks around you and trust in the system. And you can do it. That's what I did. And Nick is more than just a friend, and Bill are more than just a friend, and Art is more than just a mentor. Stick with it, folks. It's challenging, but if it was easy, what? Thank you for your extra time.